Hey, Independent Left News, already in the house. You guys are amazing. And if anyone watching is not already following them on Twitter or subscribed on YouTube, please do. They post pretty much all leftist YouTube channels continuously, all day, clips, full episodes, things like that. And it's a place where you just can get pretty much everything at one central location. So thank you guys so much for that. I am just going to give it a minute or two until I see people join. Let's see, I'm going to share the link on the Twitter. So I did a This Week's News last night, and then I was like, yeah, more shit's happened, so I'm just gonna do another one. Sometimes maybe it's gonna be this day's news. We shall see. It's never dull on Twitter, ever. I fought off getting a Twitter account for years. And then people are like, Joy, you have a show. You need to get on Twitter. Because I would always say, I want so-and-so to come on my show, but they don't have a Facebook. So can you guys reach out or tweet at them? And people would just say, Joy, just get a damn Twitter. And now that I do, I'm like, oh my God, I hate people. I'm just going to share this here. I know it's not the most hop-in way to spend a Friday night, but thank you for spending it with me. And last night I had such an amazing time having help with Andy. This is, as you can imagine, not exactly easy for me to maneuver, having such a little site. So it was amazing to actually have someone help me out on the back end so I could, do the talking and explaining and such. So thank you so much, Andy. I really appreciate it. So without further ado, let's get this popping. Okay, so today has been interesting as usual. So I'm just gonna pull up my Twitter. So this was something I felt like I needed to say because I don't usually get into the vax unvax type thing because, well, I don't want the drama, and it really is a personal choice, even though it affects other people. But and there are leftists saying that, or people who call themselves leftists saying that people who don't get vaxxed do not deserve Medicare for all. And the fact of the matter is, 1/3 of the people who died from COVID would have been saved if they had insurance. And what that means is they were sick, they didn't go to the doctor. What that means is they didn't have the money to get help. They didn't have the money for treatment. The studies have been done. You're talking like, 200,000 people that would still be here if they had insurance. So, yeah, I mean, I felt the need to make a post about what Medicare for all means. It literally has the word all in it. There is no asterisk, there is no caveat, there is no unless. It literally means all. This should go without saying. Healthcare is a human right, meaning human, meaning humanity. It is not contingent on, let's see what I said here, citizenship, income, state lines, and employment, or political affiliation. This is when the shit libs have talked to us about purity tests. This is a purity test for people. They're saying certain people don't deserve. And, you know, this is a really shit lib thing to say. This is really, you know, I want to be able to say whether or not somebody should be able to survive. That's not okay. All means all, period. Does all mean there's going to be some garbage ass people in the mix? Yeah, but that's reality. We need to stand up and fight for everyone as a whole, because the system is violent. The system itself is predatory. The system itself needs to be discarded. So rather than going and picking who you want to help and things like that, it's not acceptable. All means all. If you don't want it that way, then start hashtagging Medicare for some, or state by state, or whatever you say. So I never really talk about other streamers. For over 4 years, I didn't. Last month, I made an exception because I was attacked on two shows. So I wanted to address it. So this just happened tonight. Jackson, who I've known for probably, well, a year, who I did Force the Vote with, who I did the protest in DC with, who I've done shows with. I saw a video he put out today that really upset me. Someone sent it to me, and it bothered me by the way he was talking to a woman on there, and by the way the entirety of like 7, 8, 9 people, however many were there, were insulting this woman and jumping all over her. But the one thing that really stood out the most, I mentioned in here. I know you're gonna go at me. He will. But Jackson Hinkle, I can't read. Oh, it was gross. The clip I saw was gross. Not sure who the woman was, but it was a pile-on, and not productive at all. Making fun of her name and then yelling, are you kidding me? You don't fucking know who I am. I'm going to be the biggest thing on Twitch. And I'm like, that ego, I didn't know that ego was there with him. I'd never seen it. I don't watch his show, to be completely honest. I really don't watch anyone's shows, like even my own. I just don't. I watch clips of things here and there that people send me, but I just don't have the time. So yeah, I mean, someone sent me this clip and I was really grossed out. Now they were jumping on this girl because she's a mod for some guy named Hassan or something. I'm not sure who that is. But in any case, she is Lebanese and she voted for Biden, and her father's a refugee. I understand how that makes no kind of sense. I get it. It makes no kind of sense. But is it productive to make fun of her name, insult her, yell at her, and pile on her with a panel of people? No, it's not. So that is what, that's one of the reasons I tweeted this, but the main reason was the ego. Then let me see, he responded to me and actually made it worse. Let's see. I wonder if he deleted it. Oh, here it goes. Okay, so I called him egocentric, and he literally reiterated he's going to be the best thing on Twitch. So I'm giving you an opportunity. I'm telling you, this isn't okay. This isn't the person I knew. This isn't the person I did events and shows with. This is not the person who started a podcast because they wanted to help people. This is not the person who was hardcore Medicare for all. This is not the person I knew. This is the person who has 3 times the subscribers now and thinks the most important thing is who gets views on Twitch. It was just disappointing, genuinely disappointing, but I gotta be honest, it's not the only time I've seen this happen. I have had falling out with numerous people I have done shows with and done events with throughout, the 4.5 years I've done shows. I mean, you see ego just explode. It's crazy. Like when you do shows with someone when they have like 1,000 followers, and all of a sudden, for some reason, even if it's for controversy, they get double that, then 5 times that, then 2 times that. And you see their entire demeanor change. You see their priorities change. They no longer really are independent media. They are, they are ego hungry. They are money hungry. They are braggadocious. They are, they've lost sight of the important things. And when you know people personally and you see this happen, it really sucks. Like, it really sucks, to be honest. Oh, here's a gem. Zach De La Roca, left wing, 1990s. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. And then, fuck you, do what they tell you. This woman, I always think is Elizabeth Warren. Every time someone shares that meme, I think it's her or her daughter or something. I'm not sure. I digress. Then I have a few more things. This stuff just happened, so I didn't want to put it off. Plus, I just had my first show on my new channel yesterday. So, okay, so Andrew Yang, who I just fucking love, everybody knows that, decided to say he's creating a third party. Yes, Andrew Yang. So I basically lost my shit in a bunch of posts because it's absurd and he is nothing but a showman. People who can't see that by now, I don't understand how you can't see that. So I hope Yang's third party has deeply serious candidates who spray whipped cream in each other's mouths, you know, crowd surf, print out $1,000 bills with their faces on it. There's going to, people are getting hype about this, are going to have a rude awakening when they realize the damage it's going to do to the actual third parties, whether that's Green, Independent, People's Party, whatever. This is going to hurt them. So people are like, I don't like Yang, but this is a great idea. Actually, it's not, because it's not serious. Nothing's going to happen with it. Sycophants are going to be like, yeah. They're going to run on serious candidates, if it even gets that far. Don't forget, he's tight with Biden and shit. Don't be surprised. Like, he's BFFs with like MSM News and stuff. Trust me, somebody planted a seed that he should do this just to make it look bad. He doesn't know that happened, but I will bet you anything that's exactly what happened, because he has that mindset where he's like, oh, that would be cool. All someone would have to do is be like, oh, you should start a third party. And he's the type of person who would be like, yeah, you're totally right. I could do that. Let me see. Yeah, it's setting back third parties. He never supported third parties before, ever. All of a sudden, he wants to create his own. And his slogan was human-centered capitalism. That should concern everyone. There is no such thing that is an oxymoron. And to say that you want to create other people who believe such things, that is dangerous. It is dangerous. So this was my initial response. Cool, a third party who doesn't support Medicare for all, raising the minimum wage, federal job guarantee, says it likes that there's more cops in New York. Is Israel, is cool with money in politics, says Mike Bloomberg and Elon Musk are his favorite billionaires, quote unquote. Yes, he did say that. Furthermore, Yang had the opportunity to vote third party. He chose not to. He also had the opportunity to vote for a longtime independent, which is also third party. He chose to go with Biden. And that should say a lot. Yeah, okay, so I wanted to say this because, and I'll get to why. Okay, here, I'll do why first. So Usher, not sure who this woman is, but Usher is going to be doing a TV reality show, game show, about activism. Yes, you heard that right. Activism, TV reality game show. This is true. It's supposed to start next month. They are trying to monetize people doing humanitarian acts, people who are being activists and doing something for good. And they're trying to make game show out of it and profit out of it. Who the hell has Usher helped? Has he marched? I don't know. I'm asking. I know who he is. I know what his music is. Has he marched? Has he organized? What does he stand for? Is he political? Is he human rights? Is he like, who is he? And why should he be the host? So I don't care how they do it. If you're making activism a competition, it is no longer activism. It's a game. It's a job. That's disgusting. And anyone who does this show should be ashamed of themselves, because any way they try to spin it is going to be corporatized, monetized, and you're really just looking, your organization or whoever you're going to try to support doing it will absolutely lose legitimacy for being on something so absurd. So then my other reaction was, there is no money in activism. It actually costs you money. So thinking you can get into activism and actually make a job out of it, it's not activism. It's literally work. Then it's no longer about the issues. And that goes the same for podcasters who try to make money. They do it to so-called grift. It's really sad. So I'm kind of tempted to watch that shit show just to kind of see how, logistically it works. But at the same time, I feel like I will break my TV if I do. This one, I wanted... This one was going around with K-Hive. Okay, it's not satire. K-Hive was sending it around. Worship women of color. Okay, fine. Here's the problem. Amy Klobuchar, woman of color. Okay, let's see. Nancy Pelosi. Oh, wait, there's Hillary Clinton. Yes, she is a woman of color. Oh, look, there's Elizabeth Warren, definitely a woman of color. Pelosi. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of great. Oh, there's RGB, or RBG. Yeah, definitely a woman of color. Amy Klobuchar, it was very obvious she was a woman of color. So the key takeaway to this is, give these women black hair, and they are now women of color. Hillary Clinton, black hair, never saw it, but I guess it's accurate. So yeah, this was going around. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. Incredible. Let me escape out of this and see if I can see any of your comments. Let's see. Okay, it's not letting me see any comments. Oh, here we go. Whoop-de-whoop! I have my magnifier on, so that's why I'm kind of like scrolling like crazy. Who has a favorite billionaire? Well, Andrew Yang has several, and yeah, he was asked on an interview, who's your favorite billionaire? And he said, I like Michael Bloomberg, who, is like a complete piece of shit when it comes to women and when it comes to black people, and Elon Musk. And he went on to talk about others as well. He also said that he liked how Bloomberg was adding so many police to the New York City subway system, which is where countless black brown people get arrested every day because they can't afford to pay the subways, and they end up jumping the turnstile. So he is actually glad they got more cops there, which is just freaking wonderful. Hey, KRTD Media, thanks for joining. Yeah, this is like more just a quick show just to basically just rant a little. A little. Sometimes I just need that. But I will tell you guys, and I should have said this in the beginning just in case, since I just had my first show last night, I am not yet monetized. You need 1,000 subscribers to be monetized. So the super chats I was sent last night, and if I'm sent any tonight, I will not get those. They will be held unless and until I get 1,000 subscribers. So please, if you can, just try to cancel them, or I'm not sure, but I don't want to see your money just sitting there. But I appreciate it so much, especially on my first show, that I had people, that supportive. I really appreciate it. Right now I'm at like 500 something, so I'm a little over halfway there, but and in a few days, that's good. But yeah, I definitely need to get to 1,000, so that also it gives me other perks on YouTube. So hopefully that'll help as well. So yeah, please share this link, ask people to subscribe, hit the like buttons, share, all that fun stuff. Tuesday, I will be having Mr. Franco analysis. I've been on his show a bunch of times, but I realized he's never been on mine. So, and he's my buddy. So, he'll be joining me Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And I'm looking forward to it because this weekend is End the Damn Wars protest. Be sure to check out if they're doing one in your city. They are doing a number of them across the country. The main one is going to be in DC, but it's not just one day. It's also tomorrow and Sunday, and they are doing an action for Julian Assange as well. So check that out. Also, they need donations. And please share that. Franco will be there filming. So definitely check out the live feed, share it. I've had the guys on, and I've done another show with them, two of the main organizers, and they are knowledgeable as hell about the MIC. And I think, yes, it is 9/11, and a lot of people are saying to them, well, what's the point? They're pulling out of Afghanistan. Is Afghanistan literally the only country we're at war with? And how's that going? Because there are still countless people who are affected by that war. So, the idea, this privilege concept, that, well, why 9/11? That war is already ending. Well, no, it's actually not. You're regurgitating what Biden's saying. He just increased the military budget. Increased it. $778 billion for the military. That is $25 billion more than he originally asked for. Furthermore, there is a big section in the the transportation bill, my mind, that they're trying to pass, that also gives a huge payout to the military-industrial complex. So I guess my question is, why are you increasing the MIC budget when you're supposedly ending a war that we've been at for 2 years? Don't you think maybe we wouldn't need that money then? But apparently we need more. So when they tell you a story, always look for the story they're not telling you. That one's always way more important. Always. So in any case, thank you guys so much for watching. As I said, smash that like button and subscribe. You know, I'll be honest, even if you turn the notifications off, just subscribe because I want to get monetized. It's fun having my own show now. Like, I've never, you know, over 4 years I've been with organizations, I've never been able to have a super chat or anything, like, because it wasn't mine, and you know, I never got to see any donations or anything. It wasn't mine, and even if it was intended for me, it didn't go to me, it went to the orgs. So it's kind of exciting just to have my own channel now. I'm able to do whatever I want and not have to deal with anyone else for anything. It's kind of amazing. That's way more savage. Way more. So thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. I'm so glad that you have come over to join me here. Like I said, 9 p.m. Eastern with Frank Analysis, Franco, this coming Tuesday. Thank you all again. Much love.